Charlton burst West Ham's bubble as Championship reality check. Welcome back to Where the Addicks Walk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Steve, Timsy, Platty, Alan, and Dave talking all things Charlton. Steve, what a win!
Fantastic. I mean, it's always good to have a glass of West Ham tears to have a sip of. I will enjoy that. But what a game. I mean, that was. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to see that, and we dominated from start to finish. Absolutely superb performance from all the lads that were playing there. I mean, we even got to the point where in the second half we're bringing on some of our youngsters who've never played in the Championship. That's how comfortable we were at times with this game. Be fair to the Lloyd Jones popping up again with yet another important goal. What a captain he's proving to be for the season. And TC, he's got 3 and 3 now. Fair play to the lad. Miles Leaburn not getting enough shout outs as well. I think he's come on a lot this season and he's really improved. So there's some really top performances. I'm really liking the look of the team at the minute. And just still over the moon with that win.
Timsy, what were the odds on putting up with an overhit?
It wasn't on my bingo card at all. Like, I wouldn't have. Yeah. I was looking at a Coventry and a Charlton win odds, and I was getting about 65 to 1 because I thought, well, previous club, may do it. He ends up giving them a handball instead. So that wouldn't have gone well. But the key thing I noticed yesterday was. And I think that from speaking to some West Ham fans, is how together our squad is. It's a very much a team unit and a together unit. And that's sort of like what the difference between the two teams sort of was. West Ham seemed like a lot of individuals, they didn't really know how to play together. They weren't really a unit together. I think there's a lot of questions to be asked their side of things, whereas they're in it together. They're willing to put their bodies on lines together. They're playing together, and it's really good to watch. And especially you can see it in the celebration of the goals.
Yeah, 100%. I think that was the main thing from the game for me. But it was you had a team in Charlton that were together, a unit, mentality, character high, against the team in West Ham where their mentality and their confidence is on the floor. That seems to be the big difference for me.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely played as a unit, and it was a Nathan Jones masterclass, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, before the game, having watched against Burnley, West Ham looked really dodgy on the break, and they proved it yesterday. So our speedsters, TC, is really coming to his own this year. And, I think a number of us, me included, berated him last year, but he's got consistency. First 3 games, he's really consistent. He's working hard, but he's got confidence. And, the second goal yesterday that he scored was pure confidence. Picked up the ball from Miles Leaburn and slotted it in. Last year, he would have probably looked for the pass on to Leaburn for him to have a shot. Collectively, defensively, we knew where we were all the time. And, okay, they got one back, but, I think it was an immense performance. But, Arthur in goal, for me, just adds a real solid back line. When you look at him, we were behind the goal, and looking down the far end, you see him behind. He's an enormous unit, a really big guy, and I think that must give confidence. Every time he jumped for a ball, he got it. He was a bit unlucky with their goal, to be honest, because he made a really good reaction save, but excellent. I'd call him out. I'd call McNamara out, and also Chalobah quietly went about his business. Really played well. He made a slight error in the first half, but obviously TC, Leaburn, Lloydie, and probably Bell will get all the plaudits. But everybody contributed. But I thought McNamara had a great game. Chalobah also, and it's good to see that we brought on Nathan. Trusted, as you say, a collective unit. He trusted 2 academy players, Mwamba and Embick, brought them on as subs, and that's a big thing for them. These lads who are 18, 19, coming on and playing in front of 60,000 people. What an experience. But yeah, they really have played the unit. And I just want to point out that only 2 players of yesterday's starting lineup started against what we felt to be the crucial game. I think it was 2 games or 3 games from the end of last year against Hull. Only 2 players started. that were in that game, which was Carey and Jones. So that shows how much of a churn we've had, and they are gelling really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, a big surprise from the outside was Arthur starting, Alan. I mean, he was within the club within 48 hours, and he's straight in and playing. Did you expect that from within the camp?
I didn't. I was expecting Mannion, but apparently Mannion's injured. So it's either Arthur or Brooks, who's, other than play for, like Gates said, he's never played in the Football League, as he. So it's not really a gamble. But yeah, obviously Kaminski's going out the door. I said to you guys, and I said there's a lot of hype about him. From what I've seen, yes, he's a very good shot stopper. But let's say we all had our hopes up about Kaminski, so I was on a bit of the defence of him. But it looks solid debut. He looks like he commands his area. His distribution is definitely better. Not necessarily the on the ground, but obviously he's throwing. It's very nice to get the ball when he's literally trying to get the us on the counter attack quick, which we've always moaned about. The amount of times, obviously Mannion, even in his last game, obviously got the ball and you can see there's a runner there and he's just like holding on to it. So it's good to see us from that point of view. But yeah, hopefully we're going to see the best of him now.
Yeah, for sure. Dave, it really was a game that shows how hard the Championship is, isn't it? I mean, West Ham probably are expected to come into the Championship and blow most teams away, where it's not like that. And Charlton, I think, done a job for the whole Championship yesterday and showed West Ham, no, you're not going to find it easy in this league. This is a hard division.
Yeah, I think we've known that for a while. You know, the Championship has always been, any team on their day can beat the other team. Although there's been some big spending, we talk about money talks. Well, money didn't talk yesterday. Again, we've mentioned this a few times. It was about the togetherness. We really look like a whole team unit, and I think that's all credit to Nathan Jones. Let's face it, he's done a job on West Ham. It wasn't about possession and how many touches of the ball you had. It was about high pace of the game, and that came right from the back. As Alan mentioned, from Arthur, as soon as he gets the ball, he keeps the tempo high, distributes it straight out, and then we look to hit him on the break. And we've got the players that have got the skill to do that and the tenacity, and there's so many standout performances from yesterday. It's really difficult to say who was the man of the match, because people in their positions played so well. And again, it's because they played together as a team. So, it's encouraging. Let's not get carried away. It's 2 games, but it's the right time to hit these big supposed teams in the league, I feel. So, all credit and kudos goes to Nathan Jones and his backroom staff, because they put this team together, and we're firing. We really are firing.
Yeah. Just one thing, Luke. That pitch is massive. It's absolutely massive, I think, and there's so much space there. And I think there's going to be Championship teams who go there with a couple of speedsters. Looking at that West Ham defence, it's fragile. And if teams come and attack West Ham on the break, they're going to get goals because there's so much space there. Unlike some of the other grounds, it just feels so much bigger pitch-wise.
Yeah, and that could be used because West Ham are going to be the team that probably want to try and dominate on the ball, so it might be an option for teams to come and counter. Yeah, so very very good point. As Dave alluded to, Steve, is it a time to get carried away? I mean, I was going to ask the question. I mean, it's been a brilliant start to the season. I know I tend to get carried away with form, etc. But I think it's if you could have chose a start, Steve, it would have been this start, wouldn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, probably last season we probably had a very similar conversation around the same sort of time, but we were even better in terms of our positioning. We got like a win and a draw last time, first couple of games, so 2 wins in the league and still in the League Cup as well. I mean, it's time to enjoy this. What we're having at the minute. It's about enjoying it, and long may it continue. probably being realistic, it's not something that we can we're going to maintain for the whole season at the top end of the table like this. But this gives us a very healthy stepping stone to ensuring that we are a solid championship team competing this year and for many years on. And looking ahead, I mean, there's a few games that we've got. We've obviously got Tottenham coming up in the league, in the EFL Cup in midweek, and then Preston at the weekend. Now, to be honest, I don't think we should be fearing either of those now. We are in a really good place where there's a lot of positivity around the camp, and we should be looking to put a Tottenham side, which is going to be, to me, hit them exactly the same way that you hit West Ham. You hit them early, you hit them hard. Their fans will turn on them. And Tottenham are used to losing these days, so it won't be any difference when we put in one or two past them.
It won't be a shock if we beat them. It won't.
No, I don't think it will. I think it would have been more of a shock if we'd beaten West Ham than Tottenham. Tottenham are appalling, and we've got a chance on Wednesday to put them out.
God, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Timsy, you're a man that wears your heart on your sleeve, my friend. Are Charlton going to win the league?
No. No. I mean, it would be like the equivalent of like Leicester winning the Premier League back in 2015, isn't it? It's an amazing start, and I hope we like I said last week, 15th I'll be over the moon with. I think it's a really good target to achieve. We have got some tough sort of away pitches coming up. We've got West Brom away, and they're firing pretty well at the moment. And then we've got that on the Wednesday night, and then we've got Stoke away on the Saturday on the early kickoff. So there's a quick turnaround there, and that's sort of going to start testing the squad and the depth of the squad and injuries, the risk of injury players. So that's when we start finding out what the squad's sort of made of, and it's a good test and a good sort of period to reflect on after to see where we're sort of sitting. But I mean, I'm over the moon with 6 points from them starting games. I mean, I would have taken 2 points or 1 point because it was a difficult start for us, especially from some of our pre-season games. We were like, oh, this could be a bit dodgy. But no, the boys are sort of really gelled, firing, going the right direction. We've got players to come back as well. We've got Edwards to come back. We've got Godden now, who's got a hamstring apparently. He's to come back. Ramsey to come back. Kelman to come back. We've got a lot of players also to come back into this lineup and possibly another signing. So there's a lot to look forward to. I think it's about what Nathan Jones always says, like don't get too high in the highs and not too low in the lows. So we've got to follow his advice and just enjoy the journey at the moment and enjoy what was. And another point I really want to make is in a game yesterday, we had 6 total academy lads who ended up playing. McNamara, who was from our academy, was the 6th one, but we also had Leaburn, Grant, TC, Ramanda, and Embick all playing a part, and I think that's something to be really proud of for the club. Yeah. And I really hope we get that Cat 1 status soon.
Yeah.
100%. It's important. It's important for any club. Right, prediction times. Platty, you are going to be the spokesperson for Where Addicks Walk for the Spurs game. Massive game. Are you attending, Platty? I'm sure you are. What's your prediction, mate?
Yeah, I'm going. It's going to be a tough one because they got stuffed yesterday, didn't they? So I think they will want momentum into the league. I mean, if they'd have won easily yesterday, they'd still probably had a £200 million team out. But it's going to be a tough one. I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw and Charlton win on penalties. That's where I'm going. I don't know if my ticker could take it because the last 10 minutes yesterday were just a nightmare, complete and utter, especially when they got the penalty. But yeah, I go 1-1 and we win on penalties.
That'll be beautiful.
It will be fantastic, wouldn't it? Especially if Big
definitely.
Arthur. 4 in a row. I mean, come on.
Right, Alan and Dave, I'm going to ask both of yourselves for the Preston game. So following on from Spurs, another big game in the league. Alan, what we're expecting from Preston at home?
Depends how many changes. I mean, against the Spurs game, I think he will change it a lot. But assuming we go with the same 11-ish that sort of put out against West Ham, I expect us to beat Preston now. They haven't started very well. They're trying to get some players in. We should be we're at home, so we shouldn't be fearing in, especially the confidence is so high. So yeah, I would say 2-1 at Charlton.
I mean, Joel are flying, absolutely flying. Dave, what about yourself? Do you echo the positive? I think this might be one of the most positive pods we've had, boys. I'm loving it. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm absolutely buzzing. I've got goosebumps. Do you know what? I think we're going to blow them away. I think we're going to see 3 goals at the Valley and beat them 3-0. I've just got a good feeling about it because Preston. I don't think Preston have got much to offer. And they're one of my favourites to go down. So, I just think if even if we don't come off a great result midweek, I do think that we'll be so fired up for this.
Yeah, scoring hat-trick incoming now, isn't it?
Talking about, that is true. But who'd have thought we'd be talking about beating West Ham, beating Spurs? Yeah, it's brilliant. Football, ups and downs, incredible. Brilliant. Thank you, boys. Thank you for a great chat as always. And thank you, everybody, for watching at home. Please like and subscribe and get involved in the comments below, talking all things Charlton. See you next week.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.